Citrix Secure Private Access brings modern zero-trust security to organizations that need the flexibility of both cloud innovation and on-prem control. In a hybrid deployment, Citrix splits the data plane and control plane in a way that lets you preserve your existing NetScaler gateway, StoreFront, and connector infrastructure while shifting policy management, analytics, and administration to Citrix Cloud. This how-to video will walk you through how to configure Secure Private Access in a hybrid deployment model. When deploying Citrix Secure Private Access from the Citrix Cloud console, you begin by selecting the hybrid deployment model. At the top of the page, an interactive topology visually highlights all the components involved in the configuration. Just below it, you'll find 3 setup cards, each representing a key part of the workflow. Step 1, set up Google Chrome Enterprise Premium. Step 2, set up NetScaler Gateway. And Step 3, configure and analyze the overall deployment. Each component has a set of prerequisites that must be completed before you begin. Click View Prerequisites to open a blade with detailed requirements for that specific component. For example, here we're viewing the prerequisites for Google Chrome Enterprise Premium, but you can just as easily review the prereqs for NetScaler Gateway, StoreFront, Secure Private Access, and the supported software versions. Please review these lists carefully. Ensuring prerequisites are met will help guarantee a successful setup experience. Let's now begin with Step 1, Google Chrome Enterprise Premium. When you're ready, you can decide whether you want to enable Google Chrome Enterprise Premium. Some organizations may skip this step initially and return to it later if their use case evolves. For this demonstration, we'll go ahead and set it up, either using the Setup button or by clicking the Chrome component directly in the topology. When the blade opens, you'll again see the prerequisites, intentionally repeated because they are critical for a successful configuration. After reviewing them, we'll mark them as complete. Next, the setup process includes 4 steps. Assign the Citrix service account in the Google Workspace Admin Console. Instructions are provided directly within the UI. Enter your Google Customer ID and the Secure Private Access Gateway URL, both of which are explained in the tooltips. Define the scope of end-user access. It defaults to all users, but you can restrict this to specific user groups. And verify your Google Workspace configuration. This runs validation tests to ensure everything is ready for integration. For this demo, we'll enter test information and click Save. The provisioning process typically takes about 5 minutes, and you'll see real-time status updates both on the card and in the topology. For this demonstration, the process completes quickly. Once complete, you'll notice the status changes to Ready for Analysis. This means additional configuration will occur later in Step 3. But now let's focus on Step 2, NetScaler Gateway. We'll configure the NetScaler Gateway either through the Setup button or directly via the topology. You'll notice that both Chrome and Gateway components are now green in the diagram, indicating readiness for further configuration. Again, review the prerequisites before proceeding. Next, you'll provide a virtual server name, the Secure Private Access site URL, the internal IP address, a security certificate name. Tooltips are available throughout if you need clarification. We'll enter sample values and click Save. Now the basic setup is complete. The status updates to reflect the additional configuration and analysis will occur in Step 3. The entire topology should now be green. Step 3 is to configure and analyze. Here you'll configure the final preparation for deployment. For Google Chrome Enterprise Premium and Secure Private Access, no additional preparation is required. Your initial inputs were sufficient. However, the NetScaler Gateway and StoreFront, you'll need to download and run diagnostic scripts. These scripts perform configuration tasks and collect the data needed for analysis. Download the scripts using the provided buttons. Run the scripts on their respective servers. Provide any additional details when prompted. Save the generated report files. Return here to upload. Once you run the scripts and have the reports ready, click Analyze. A blade will open showing the current readiness status for all components. Upload your reports and begin the analysis. The platform will now run a series of automated checks. You can expand each test to see details. If any issues are detected, for example, failed to connect, you'll see a detailed explanation of what was checked, what went wrong, and how to remediate. Once corrected, simply run the analysis again. When all tests pass, you'll receive a success confirmation indicating that the setup was complete. Close the window and you'll see all components marked as setup complete in both the cards and the topology. At this point, you're ready to proceed to publishing applications indicated by the hotspot. Your hybrid secure private access setup is now complete. And with that, we return to the architecture diagram where this journey began. You've now seen how Citrix Secure Private Access brings together cloud-based management and on-premises control to deploy a modern zero-trust hybrid architecture. By completing these 3 steps, configuring Chrome Enterprise Premium, setting up the NetScaler gateway, and analyzing your environment, you've prepared a fully integrated deployment that preserves your existing infrastructure while extending powerful cloud-managed security controls. Your hybrid secure private access setup is now ready for application publishing and real-world use. For additional details, please visit the displayed URL.